We got more great news to get to for your Kansas City Chiefs. Welcome into this edition of the Chiefs Report, powered by Chat Sports. Tyler Jones here with you. Thanks for joining us. If you joined us on yesterday's program, we told you about the new report, how with the upcoming NFL TV rights negotiations, that the ratings have seen a dramatic increase, and that was going to lead to the salary cap going up for years to come. Well, now we have new information from the NFL that verifies what we talked about yesterday and takes it even a step further. Let's begin with this from Dan Graziano of ESPN, who said the following. The NFL today informed teams that the 2025 per-team salary cap will fall in the range of $277.5 million to $281.5 million, way up from last year's $255.4 million. Cap will have increased by more than $53 million over the last 2 years. So that is a huge jump from what we've seen year to year. If you recall, it wasn't too long ago that after COVID in 2021, the cap went down, and now we're seeing just these dramatic increases over the last couple of seasons, which is good news for the Kansas City Chiefs and gives them flexibility, and they certainly could use it heading into this offseason. We'll explain more coming up in just a matter of moments. Before we do, real quick, folks, we are so close to 59.5 thousand subscribers here on the Chiefs Report. I just need 17 of you. I just need the entire cookout to subscribe to the Chiefs Report, and we'll get to that next milestone. We're bringing you live shows, daily news and rumors. We're doing Q&A mailbags, breaking news, and more, all right here on the Kansas City Chiefs Report. If you love the Chiefs, this is the channel for you. Subscribe now for free, youtube.com/ChiefsTV for the latest happenings on your favorite team all offseason long. We got you covered. So, with those numbers that were just given by the NFL, according to Graziano, those are higher than any of the previous projections. It's more money than we actually thought. And now this is back-to-back years that this has happened, where the NFL has said, you know, that salary cap number, what we're estimating it to be, we're actually going to give you even more money that you're able to spend and utilize accordingly. Jason from Over the Cap, just known as Jason _OTC, I guess, says that salary cap increase beats all but one estimate that we had for some teams. Helpful for the Saints and teams near the bottom. So that's all a good sign on that front. Now, from the Chiefs' perspective, this gives the Chiefs more spending ability. And we knew going into this offseason that the Chiefs were going to have some challenges ahead of themselves as Trey Smith is entering free agency, Nick Bolton, Justin Reid, and not a ton of money to work with. And now with this could potentially change everything, even for a team like Kansas City that didn't have much cap space. Now with this new information and with some of the potential moves that they could be making, more on that coming up later, this is a big deal. This is a big effing deal for the Kansas City Chiefs now to have this flexibility, to have this extra money on hand here. I think that if you're a Kansas City Chiefs fan, you don't have to be an expert to know these details. All you have to know, just put it in layman's terms here, is that the Chiefs have more money than they thought they were going to have, and they have some free agents that they would like to keep, in addition to potentially doing their own shopping, and now they have more flexibility than they thought they would. That's great news for the Kansas City Chiefs. Do you want the Chiefs to spend more money this offseason? All you got to do, just be real simple here, folks, on our pinned comment today. Type me in the comment section if you want the Chiefs to spend more money. Weigh in, let us know in the comment section below. So let's give you a little perspective on this of where things have gone when it comes to this salary cap situation. If we go all the way back to 2011, when yours truly was just a sophomore in high school, the salary cap was $120.375 million. And it did not go up much in the years that followed, just a little less than $300,000 in 2022, then jumped up to $123 million in 2013. And then we saw a significant jump in 2014, about $10 million, and then another $10 million in 2015, and $12 million in 2016, another $12 million in 2017. Then the rate slowed down a little bit in 2018 to $10 million, had an $11 million jump in 2019, and then back down to another $10 million jump in 2020. But here is where things have changed, all right? Look at where we are at now compared to what we were. So in 2021, obviously, that was the year affected by COVID, so the salary cap went down across the board, and everybody had to adjust accordingly. Went down to $182.5 million. That's the only year in recent memory where it has gone down, and it was a significant fall off. And then we saw a huge jump from 182 to 208, then 208 to 224, then 224 to 255 this past year. And now we're talking about 255 to somewhere between 265 and 275 as far as that goes. And what the final estimate number will be, think about this. When we talk about where we were at, all right, of all those cap projections, the report from Dan Graziano of the NFL informing teams that it's going to be 277 to 281. That's higher than what these so-called experts even thought. Overthecap.com thought it was going to be 272. Spotrac thought it was going to be 275. The NFL Network was projecting 265 to 275 would be the number there. So, with that said, 277.5 to 281.5 is a big jump. And it seriously benefits the Kansas City Chiefs. And now you really can't claim you're that tight on cap space because you look at just the openings and the things that the Chiefs can do, a la Patrick Mahomes' contract. More on that in just a second. There is some real openings for this flexibility. For easy math, let's just kind of split the difference here, folks. All right, let's just, for all intents and purposes, say that the base cap is going to be $279.5 million. If that's the number, Brett Veach is sitting there, and he's got to be saying to himself, I can work with that. I can make that work, and we'll explain what he can do to make that work and some other moves here in just a moment. But first, let's tell you about today's sponsor. That is Public Rec. I got to tell you, I'm a big fan of Public Rec. I got a shirt, a couple shirts actually. I got the pants at home. They're extremely comfortable. They feel good. What Deion Sanders say for years? If you look good, you feel good, you play good. All right, guys, let's be real for a minute. Nobody's got time for stiff, uncomfortable clothes anymore. You know what I mean? It's February. It's cold outside, and it's definitely cold outside. And you deserve to be comfortable in whatever you're wearing, no matter what you're doing. That's where Public Rec comes in. These pants are a game changer. Their pants are designed to be as comfy as your favorite sweats, but more stylish. We're talking super soft fabric, no stiff seams, and enough stretch to keep up with whatever your day throws at you. Public Rec isn't just about pants. They have so many great style options, whether you're working all day in the office, running errands, or just grabbing a drink with the guys. Who doesn't want to look sharp without sacrificing comfort? And I'll tell you, once you put them on, you're going to wonder why you wore anything else. Public Rec not only has the most comfortable pants ever made, but they have a huge selection of high-quality, everyday premium styles. You can revamp your entire wardrobe with their perfect-fitting polos, shirts, and hoodies. So this February, stop settling for the same old stuff. Step up your comfort game with Public Rec. It's about time you treat yourself. For a limited time, our listeners can get 20% off your entire order with code CHAT20 at publicrec.com. That's 20% off when you use promo code CHAT20 at publicrec.com. The link is in the comments and the description of today's video. Public Rec, proud partner of the Kansas City Chiefs Report. Glad to have him on board here on today's show. All right, so now let's go over the Chiefs situation, how this all adds up at this point in time. Chiefs cap space is around $8 million at the moment, but help is on the way. Let me explain a little further. If you restructure Patrick Mahomes' contract, which we've all anticipate will happen here in the coming weeks, there's all of a sudden $39 million that you have saved, and that will open up a lot of money. And that's not the only big restructure awaiting. Chris Jones You're looking at him saving about $12 million with a restructure of his deal that he signed last year. So that means that with Mahomes and Jones, in addition to this additional cap space that you've gotten from the league now, you're looking at a minimum floor of $60 million in cap space that you will have available to you. And you're going to need every penny you can when we talk about the Chiefs keeping players, and then on top of that, signing their draft picks, and then potential additions that you bring in. The $60 million can go pretty quickly. But to me, that's huge for this team, to have that at a bare minimum at this juncture. Speaking of free agents, how many free agents will the Chiefs sign? And who comes to mind potentially that you would like to see in Kansas City? Let me know in the comment section how many free agents you think the Chiefs are ultimately going to sign on that front. All right, so looking at the cap space situation, we mentioned $8 million. Mahomes restructures, that gives you about $39. Chris Jones restructures, you save $12 million. And then there's a couple others as well. Creed Humphrey restructures, and you're looking at $4.13 million. And then Juwan Taylor restructures, you're looking at $2.6 million. But that's not all, folks. There's some other ones that the Chiefs could potentially do. Joe Thuney, you restructure him. Bam, there's $7 million just like that. Travis Kelce, we don't know what his future holds yet, if he's coming back or if he's retiring. But if you restructure him and work his deal, there's another $6.5 million there. And then Drew Tranquill, you can save about $5 million on him as well if you restructure on that front. So with that said, the thing I would point to as well that Brett Veach and company has to keep in mind is the rate of where this is going, of the salary cap rises here. All right, you see the raw numbers here, 12, 7, 12, 8 to 9%, and an all-time average of 6.5. And we have every reason to think that this is only going to continue. Cap growth is not slowing down. In fact, it is escalating quite a bit. And $300 million, that cap is going to be here before we know it. And that's a good thing for the Kansas City Chiefs. Clark Hunt, one of the richest owners in the entire league, he's going to have no problem spending cash if you give him the opportunity to spend cash. Spend that money, baby. Make it rain. Show me the money. Let's see the Chiefs take advantage of this. Let's see what Brett Veach can do. And I think they'll be in great shape. And all of this is a huge relief for the Kansas City Chiefs. For continuing Chiefs offseason coverage, subscribe now to the Kansas City Chiefs Report for free. YouTube.com/ChiefsTV. I'm Tyler Jones. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.